welcome back to Dino Camp 2021. This week we are studying fossils. We're learning about who discovers them, how they're made, where they come from, and what they tell us about dinosaurs. Also for this video, we're going to be making a dinosaur mask to go with our costume that we're making this week. We're making an entire costume from scratch to give you guys a chance to put it all together at the end and go be a dinosaur. So this video is about making the mask, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the people who discover fossils, also known as paleontologists. So we'll go ahead and get started talking about them. So like I said, paleontologists are people that study and discover dinosaur fossils. So in a definition, paleontologist is a person who studies the history of ancient life by studying fossils, which are the remains of living things from long ago. So fossils tell them not only about the organism, but also about the environment it lived in and what the earth would have been like at that time. So some different things that fossils can tell paleontologists about dinosaurs include where it lived, what it looked like, what it ate, and which animals may have killed it for food. And then also, as an added bonus, they can also see how dinosaurs might be related to animals that are alive today. So paleontologists search for fossils all over the world, and they usually use special tools to carefully remove fossils from the surrounding rock. And they're always sure to note exactly where those fossils are found, because geographic location is important to knowing more about the dinosaur that the fossil came from. So basically, to sum up what paleontologists do, everything that we know about dinosaurs came from fossils. So what paleontologists do for their job is very, very important, and it's very helpful to us in learning new things about dinosaurs. So we will go ahead and get started making our craft. For this particular thing, you won't need a whole lot, just some basic things. So you'll need our dinosaur mask printout, which you can find on our museum website or on our Facebook page. We'll post a link to this in the comments so that you guys can find it easily. You'll also need some crayons. You'll need some elastic. You will need a hole punch and some scissors. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and color your mask. You want to color it all different colors, make it super pretty, however you want it to look. Here's your chance to get creative and make it super cool. The second thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut it out. So you'll cut all around the outside lines here. Make sure that you do cut around this part right here, because this is where we're going to attach the elastic. So go ahead and cut around that right there. And you can cut the whole thing out pretty much. So I have one that's already done here. Additionally, you're going to want to cut out the eye holes in there. The mask has some dotted lines in here to show you where to cut those, so you won't have too much guessing to do. But once you're done, you should have a mask, and you should be able to see through it just like that. So the next thing that you want to do is take your hole punch, and we're going to go ahead and punch a couple of holes in it, so that whenever we are ready for our elastic, we'll be ready. So basically, like I said, this is where your elastic is supposed to go through, so you can cut a hole over there, and you'll cut your other hole on this side. Alright, so you see we've got a hole here and a hole here. The next thing that you're going to want to do is get a good sized piece of elastic. You can make it a little longer than it needs to be, just because it makes it a little easier to tie. We can always cut off the ends, but it should be just long enough to fit across the back side of your mask, and that should stretch pretty good to get around your head. So what you want to do is you want to thread it through your first hole, and you're just going to tie a little knot. Again, it doesn't have to be too fancy, just good enough for it to stay and hold on. Double knotting it probably would work the best. And just make sure it's good and tight so it won't come off. And then you're going to attach the other end to the other side of your mask. And I told you to cut your elastic string pretty long. So just make sure that when you pull it across, you pull it tight enough that it's going to fit around your head the right way. So you might have a lot of extra slack. But I'm going to tie a little knot here. I'm in trouble. So we'll tie the first knot. And then, like I said, you can just double knot it. And that should stay pretty well. Alright, so the last thing we're going to want to do is cut off the extra string. So try not to cut it too close or your knot might come undone, but you can just cut off the bigger chunks. And then voila! You have a dinosaur mask with some elastic on the back, and you should just be able to put it right on, just like that. And there you have your mask for your dinosaur costume. So that's all we've got for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one.